Hey there, I'm Vanessa, a billionaire's daughter who swaps the pool and private jets for flipping burgers at a fast food joint. Shocked? Wait till you hear how this journey changed my life and led me to love. It all began when I started to get tired of the high life. Don't get me wrong, it was fabulous, but something was missing. I felt like a mannequin, dressed up for society, living a scripted life. I craved authenticity, real-life experiences. So one day, on a whim, I applied for a job at Joe's burger joint.
You got the job, Vanessa.
Joe, the owner, said with a hearty laugh on my first day. I told him I was just Vanessa, not Vanessa Van Houten, heiress to the Van Houten fortune. The work was challenging, the heat, the rush, the noise, but as days turned into weeks, I started enjoying it. I learned the value of hard work and began to appreciate the small things in life, like a free staff meal after a long shift or a satisfied customer's smile. Working at Joe's brought with it a camaraderie I had never experienced before. My coworkers, none of whom knew about my real identity, were a rowdy yet welcoming bunch. We spent hours together, serving customers, dealing with the lunch rush, cleaning tables, and closing shop. They treated me like one of them, not like a billionaire's daughter. I remember the first time we had a burger-making competition.
Hey, Vanessa!
Jenna, a feisty redhead, called out one day.
Think you're ready for the ultimate burger challenge?
I was taken aback. A burger challenge?
That's right.
She confirmed with a mischievous grin.
Winner gets bragging rights. You in?
I looked around at the eager faces of my coworkers, all ready for some friendly competition. I'm in, I declared, feeling a surge of excitement. For the next hour, the kitchen turned into a battlefield. Burgers were flipped, buns were toasted, and cheese was melted. Everyone had their unique touch, from Jenna's secret sauce to Ryan's triple-layered cheese monster. I stuck to the basics, a classic beef burger with lettuce, tomatoes, and a dash of ketchup. Nothing fancy, just hearty and real, like my life here. And then there was Matt. He crafted his burger with the precision of a surgeon, his every move sure and steady. He added caramelized onions, mushrooms, and a special barbecue sauce he made himself. His passion was contagious, and I couldn't help but develop an admiration for him. As we presented our creations, the air was filled with laughter and cheers. But it was Matt who stole the show.
The winner is Matt,
Jenna announced, her voice ringing through the restaurant. As the crowd erupted into applause, Matt's eyes met mine. He smiled, a spark of joy in his eyes that made my heart flutter.
Nice try, Vanessa.
He teased, his grin infectious. I couldn't help but laugh. I'll beat you next time, Matt, you'll see, I retorted playfully. It was moments like these, amidst the chaos of a fast food joint, where we forged our bond. Each shared laugh, every silly burger competition brought us closer. Matt, with his goofy charm and sparkling eyes, became more than just a coworker. He was a friend, a confidant, a beacon of normality in the whirlwind of my double life. It was a friendship that, unbeknownst to me, was quietly blossoming into something more. One evening, after a grueling double shift, Matt and I found ourselves seated on the curb outside Joe's. As we munched on leftover fries, he turned to me with a sincere expression.
You know, Vanessa, I admire you. I don't think I've met anyone who works as hard as you do.
Caught off guard, I felt a warm blush spread across my cheeks. Thanks, Matt, I replied, finding it difficult to maintain eye contact. I admire you too. Days turned into weeks, and life at Joe's carried on. Then, one night during my usual cleanup routine, a familiar face from my high society life walked in. My heart threatened to beat out of my chest. If they recognized me, my carefully constructed facade would crumble in an instant.
Vanessa?
Brad squinted at me.
Is that you?
I tried to act casual. Oh, hey, Brad. Didn't expect to see you here. Brad laughed.
Wow, Vanessa Van Houten, working at Joe's. This is going to be the talk of the school.
I sighed. My secret was out. The following day at Joe's, I braced myself for the fallout, but it never came. Instead, my coworkers met me with high fives and words of admiration. They respected me not for my wealth, but for my decision to roll up my sleeves and work hard, just like them. Matt, however, was quiet. When I approached him, he looked at me, confusion clouding his eyes.
Why didn't you tell me, Vanessa?
He asked. I didn't want you to treat me differently, I replied. Does it change anything? He was silent for a moment, then he smiled.
No, it doesn't. You're still Vanessa, my crazy burger-flipping friend.
I felt a rush of relief. I'd been afraid of losing this bond we'd built. Matt didn't care about my billions, he cared about me. A few weeks later, after another shared shift, Matt asked me to stay back. He looked nervous, a far cry from his usual jovial demeanor.
Vanessa,
He started, his voice shaky.
I've been meaning to tell you. I really like you. And it's not because you're a billionaire's daughter or anything. It's because you're you.
I looked at him, my heart pounding. This was unexpected, but not unwelcome. I like you too, Matt, I confessed, my voice barely a whisper. He nodded, visibly relieved, but there was a shadow of uncertainty in his eyes.
I don't want to lose you, Vanessa. I mean, one day you might decide to go back to your old life, and what then? What about us?
I understood his fears. My world was so different from his, but right then it didn't matter. This was real, and I wanted to hold on to it, on to him. I can't promise what the future holds, Matt, I said, reaching out to hold his hand. But right now, this is where I want to be. With you. He smiled, squeezing my hand in return.
All right then, let's live in the now and figure out the future together.
And there, beneath the dim lights of Joe's burger joint, we stood, hand in hand, two souls bound by burgers, hard work, and an unexpected yet beautiful connection. Our story, much like our future, remained unwritten, but we were ready to write it one day at a time. That's it. That was my story. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to not miss the next one. See you soon.